Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKodash, Barak Adam. It's the brother Kazah from the Medieval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be, She is Not Healed. All right? And this lesson's coming through, the inspiration of, this dialogue I had, this conversation I had with a truck driver, because I do this DoorDash, and, today one of the deliveries had me, deliver to a truck driver, so I asked him a question, what's the status, how's the whole, distribution and the whole trucking industry looking like. And he gave me an answer, coming more from a hopeful perspective rather than a real perspective, and the reason why is because he kept on repeating and harping on the notion that if the distribution center shuts down or certain things happen, and the supplies aren't being distributed, that someone is going to step in and they're going to change things, for the better. They're going to change things and make sure, it continues to run, because if the trucking industry, if the trucking gets shut down, then guess what? It's going to be, no food. That's what he told me. And this place will be, reduced to a third world country, a pandemonium, it's like not pandemonium. It's going to be, civil unrest, and that's what he was telling me. You know what I'm saying? So this is a man, who knows the importance of his job. It's someone who knows, the importance of his job, but ultimately, his answers was more so on hope. It was more of a hopeful, perspective that hopefully, someone, fixes this place and heals this place. And that's what gives me, the inspiration to do this lesson, because this place is slated to fall. All right, this Babylon, aka America, it is slated to fall. All right, there is no healing, there is no person that's going to step in and fix things, because these devils are ultimately ushering in that new world order, where they're going to collapse the economy. They're going to shut down the supply chain. All right, the supply lines. People are going to be starving. All right, it's going to be famines. Okay, that's part of the prophecy. So really, this dude, funny, because he had a little, what's it called? A little, one of those rubber bracelets that says, trust in the Lord, I think, and it's funny because he don't know first thing about the scriptures, which, I perceive this dude to be an Edomite. He was a so-called white man, he just, he perceived him to be an Edomite, but still, man, he goes to show these people, are not learned. They take our scriptures and then they apply it to themselves, and then they think that, they could continue on their program and leech off of the words of this book, man. But anyways, we're going to get into the scriptures, enough rambling, all right, because this place is about to go down, man. So we're going to start with the book of Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, that's talking about America. All right, sit on the ground, there is no throne, meaning there is no more dominion. All right, once this place, starts falling, it's going to continue to fall. It's going to be no fixing. All right, and we're going to get into that. It says, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. All right, and another thing too, is this new world order that these devils are ushering in. All right, because what these devils are doing is, they're trying to rise up as the phoenix out of the ashes. That's what they're trying to do with their whole reign and their whole dominion. So what they want to do is they want to collapse, the old, and come in with the new, where they're going to, implement the MOTB. They're going to have that central bank digital currency. That's going to be the main currency that's going to be used with the MOTB. All right, it's going to be the foundation of their society. Okay, and ultimately, they're going to be coming in with all these agendas, the transhumanism, You know what I'm saying? Everything that's you know that's against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's what they're doing. You know, but like it says, all right, there is no throne, meaning that's not gonna come to pass. All right, they're gonna get disappointed. All right, but they are going to achieve, you know, the collapse of this society. Okay, it says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate," right? And we from there we could go to the book of Psalms, chapter 9. All right, and we're gonna go into start with verse 15. All right, and it reads, "The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made." Okay, so in a pit that they made, the heathen are sunk down in. So basically, you know, with their own agenda, their own through their own devices, is going to be their own downfall. All right, all these agendas, these moves that they're making in the grand scheme of things, that those moves are going to be their downfall. All right, it's not going to be no it's not going to be no revamped version of America that's going to come up, man. And they're going to continue on to live forever, ever, and ever. No, that's what that is that Psalms chapter 49 and 11, where it says their hearts, their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. All right, that's that Psalms chapter 2, you know, where it says, why have the heathen, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? You know, that's what that is. You know, which if you go into the Hebrew, that means, you know, why do they conspire? You know, why do they conspire? It means to plot up and imagine a vain thing. See, that's what these heathens are doing. You know, starting with the so-called white man. All right, Esau, Edom. That's what they're doing. They're plotting up, you know, how they're going to continue their enterprise, how they're going to continue their dominion. All right, and that dude, and this ties back, you know, what this dude was saying, because this dude ultimately, it's crazy how he a truck driver, you know, but he don't know what the fuck is going on, man. All right, pardon my French, but he don't know what's going on. You know, he does know what's going on. He acknowledged, you know, in our conversation, he did acknowledge that there are things, you know, going on that he doesn't like, you know, meaning that it is looking very grim, you know, for the distribution industry. You know what I'm saying? Which is what, you know, the truck drivers live off of, and that's where, you know, they supply the country with everything. You know, he said, you know, he's seen, you know, a few things that he don't like. All right, if I'm not mistaken, man, it's fucking bug. All right, but he kept it he kept a hopeful, you know, spirit that someone's gonna step in and save this country from being from going down. You know. And this is something that I explained to him, which really, you know, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, for the sake of the convo, you know, I explained that to him, you know, but he's not going to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to get it. It's more so, you know, the spirit on me, you know, to say that to him, you know, because scripture says, spare not, man. All right, spare not. You know, and I told him, you know, and I'm repeating it here on the lesson for edification. All right, that this place, you know, nobody's going to step in to save it, because this is all by design. All right, all this is by design. It's the elites that are orchestrating this. Okay, because they want to set up their new world order. All right, that's what it is. All right, it's the elites that are orchestrating this because they want to set up that new world order. So it's gonna be no person that's gonna step in and they're gonna make some type of revolution or whatever. You know, and they're going to continue this place going. You know, it's going to be like a new set of founding fathers for Babylon revamp. No, that's not what's going to happen, man. All right, that is just a vain imagination that these Edomites have, you know, thinking that their kingdom is going to continue on forever, man. All right, so let's go to the precept. She is not healed. All right. So that's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. All right, let me see. All right, so book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. I'm gonna go to verse 8, and it reads, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Okay, how for her and take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. All right. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So there is no healing of this place. All right, which ultimately this place is going to end up being destroyed by ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, and so that's the ultimate end game for Babylon. All right, not no person stepping in, that they're gonna, come in and they're gonna fix things. No, it's gonna be this this place being destroyed. All right, through ICBM thermonuclear missiles. All right, and going on to verse 10. All right, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power. Okay. Make bright the arrows and gather the shields. All right, which the arrows represent the nukes. All right, that's what that represents. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his device against Babylon. All right, now the Medes, the kings of the Medes, this is talking about them Russians. All right, this is code word for the modern day Russians. All right, it's not talking about the ancient Medes and the Persians. Back in the ancient times. No, this is talking about the modern day Russians. And it reads, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple. All right, so as you can see, that's the ultimate fate that's going to befall upon this place, and there is no healing of this place. All right, this direction that this place is going to, all right, there is no coming back, because it's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that in his words and the scripture, his will, which is expressed through the words in this book, that's playing out as they should. All right, let's go into another precept. All right, and ultimately, just something more that ties into the trucks and the distribution system shutting down. All right, let me see. I don't know why this. I don't know what words these are. That's right here. Laura Secor, the Duke of Lancaster. I don't know what the fuck those things are. I don't know why that even popped up, man. All right, but anyways, let me see. Storehouses empty. All right, it's in the Apocrypha. It's in the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 22. We could grab that. All right, so Second Esdras 6 and 22. And it reads, suddenly, all right, shall the sown places appear unsown. Okay, now this is talking about the agriculture. All right, because ultimately what's going to happen is, with all these plagues and the food, food plants being destroyed. All right, the collapse of the economy. People are not going to want to go and work no more, man. All right, they won't care, how important their jobs are to society. If they're not getting any food, they're not going to do it, because for the most part, it's the Jakes, it's the tribes that's in these agricultural and that's working these food plants, man. For the most part, it's them. All right, that's doing that. So they're not gonna wanna, if they're not being paid, they're not gonna want to work, man. They're gonna add on to the chaos and the destruction that's going on, because ultimately, it is a stiff-necked people, man. All right, it is a stiff-necked people. They rebelled against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Of course, they're gonna rebel against Esau, Edom, man. Even though they complacent with all the wickedness that's going on, they still gonna rebel, man. All right, so continuing on in the reason, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right, so where I was going with this is these food plants aren't gonna be bringing out their produce. All right, and that's gonna bring about famines. Okay, and it says, in the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, so all these supermarkets that people go to, all these convenience stores, all the other grocery stores that people go to, to get their food and their substance and their essentials, basically, it's going to be found empty. It's going to be empty shelves. No more soap, no more shampoo, no more food, which is more important. People are going to be out here starving, man. All right, And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. You see, and I just want to read that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, ultimately they're gonna know what time it is. Verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. You see, because people are gonna turn against each other, man. All right, they're gonna turn on each other when they start getting hungry. When they start, when things ain't looking good. All right, and they looking at their kids, and the kids are starving and shit. They're gonna turn against each other, man. All right, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Okay, so hey, man, that's gonna be these people in the world. They have friends. You know what I'm saying? They have people that they know for many years, and they get along with, and they had times with them. Memories and all that. All that's gonna fly out the window when people haven't eaten for 4 days. All right, and the reason the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the mountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. All right, so that's going into something else. All right, but like I said, you know what I'm saying? That's basically going into Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and verse 25. But this is another part. It says, "But whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world." You see, because this isn't the end of our this isn't the end of the world, and after this, it ain't gonna be no more civilizations. It's the end of your world. Whose world? Esau's world. All right, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, and what's gonna come after the end of his world? The beginning of Jacob. All right, that's what's gonna happen. All right, so hey, man, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Just want to make a lesson on this. Just got inspiration through that. So hey, with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rechak Kodash for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next.